This here's my mucky son. And then we're lucky.
And this is my mucky husband.
And we're all going to get mucky together.
Oh, I got that itch again, Paul. Can you down a bit, that's it. Up a bit, up. No, you're in the wrong place again.
Hello everybody. This is Baking Without Boundaries, you know.
Oh, I keep getting this itch.
Yes, Baking Without
If only
Boundaries.
I could get rid of this itch.
Hang on, look, we've been married a lot longer than 7 years.
I know. Without Boundaries. Today we are going to do a dessert, and this is going to be an apple crumble pie.
I'm Paul. This is Chris.
I'll get round to that in a minute. Okay, everybody, this is Paul.
Hi everyone.
This is Chris.
Gorgeous Chris.
Gorgeous Chris this
Fishy
week.
Chris.
No, gorgeous Chris this week.
Right.
I, of course, am Rosie.
And I'm Paul. And this is Gorgeous
Just
Chris.
in case you didn't know. As I was saying.
Yep.
Oh, I see. What have you gone and got?
I got hard cider.
Oh, dear. Oh, because we're doing apples.
Oh yes.
Apple crumble pie, everybody. It is pastry on the bottom, nice lot of apples and cinnamon with a bit of brown sugar and a crumble topping. For those of you who've never tried it, it's a mix, obviously, between apple pie and apple crumble, and it really is very nice with either ice cream, custard or cream. So we're going to get started now. Christopher, I'm going to do your hands, because what's the first thing we always do before cooking? That's right, wash
Have
your
a drink.
hands. No, that's just the first thing you
Oh,
do
that's me.
when you
Sorry, I
start
thought
cooking.
that was a general sort of thing that all people that cook do.
No, that's just you. So we're going to do your hands.
What is the other saying? I like cooking with wine. Sometimes I even put it in the food.
That's right, yeah. That's what I used to be
Well,
like.
I quite like cooking with beer. This is actually cider, but beer's good.
Okay, Christopher, you're going to do some apples for me. Now, our apples today, we've been very fortunate that we've got a lovely neighbour who's got a ton of apples in her garden. So, Sheila and Alan, I would like to thank you very much for the lovely apples that we're going to make our dessert with today. As you can see, look, they've just come off of her tree and everything. They look wonderful. So, we're going to get on and peel these, Christopher. You're going to make a start on those for me, please?
Actually, they look quite nice in a glass, wouldn't they?
You've already got yours in a glass. There's a fly on it. Get that fly out. Get that fly out.
I'll charge him.
Are you going to start the apples then, yeah?
Yes, we're going to do some apples.
Right, you're going to help him, Paul.
Yep.
You're going to need this moved around, or is
Yeah,
it all right like that?
I'm going to reverse him back a little bit in his new chair.
We also, guys, we've also been given a donation of some knives as well. I'm going to get the other two.
We
Look
think
at
they
these.
might actually be murder weapons that somebody's trying to
No,
get
we don't. No, we don't.
Sorry, Craig
So,
does.
I need to thank Rick, Karen and Kevin for donating these knives to us. Christopher, you're going to have a go with this one today.
You're going to trust him with that?
Well, you're going to help him.
You're going to trust me with that?
Yeah.
I've had a drink.
So,
Me hands not so...
this one is a cleaver. That one will be used when we're doing some
That's a dinky
meat.
little chopper.
When we're doing some meat. You would know, wouldn't you?
Oh, so you said.
This is what we're going to use when we're doing some meat. So, and this one, I don't really know. What would you use that one for?
That's a proper slicer, that is. That's for cutting beef.
We're not back in.
No,
We're not back in Cornwall now. We've done that week.
This is like proper for cutting your Sunday roast.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say Sunday joints, but that could mean something completely
It
different.
really could, yes.
Yeah.
Depending on where you are watching this.
Yes.
And talking of where you are watching this, we have actually had some comments from Southern California.
Woohoo!
So hello to everybody in Southern California.
Where they got lots of joints.
Well, we'll just leave that.
Yeah, well.
So hello to everybody in Southern California and welcome. And wherever in the world you're watching this from, please just leave a comment down below so that we can say hello to you.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you ready to start with the apples, Christopher?
Yeah.
You're going to start, and is that the right one?
Have we got a corer?
Is that, well, we have, but we're not using a corer today.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to show you how to do it without a corer. So you're going to start with some nice fresh apples, guys, and you're going to start off by peeling the apples because we don't need the peel. Yeah, you're going to peel them.
Oh, okay.
So the first thing we need to do, Christopher, is peel some apples. If you could just peel them as best you can for me with Dad's help.
Yeah, that's good. Well done, Chris. Yep, he's doing all right.
Lovely.
Yeah, he's doing great.
Wait, actually, I know how you can do it, Chris. Mind yourself a minute, love.
What happened to that old apple peeler we used to
Mind,
have?
love, I know how we can do it. Mind his hands.
What happened to her?
She stood here doing this part of
Oh,
it.
that one.
There you go. Try that, Chris.
Oh, look at this. Here we go.
So you get on doing that. That's better.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Fantastic. Fantastic.
It doesn't matter if all the peel isn't off at all, as long as most of it's off.
It doesn't matter if it goes on the floor.
You can't cook clean. What do I always say?
We definitely can't cook.
You can't cook clean, and at least today, Christopher, it's not eggs or tomato puree,
No,
is
that
it?
is true. It's not eggs or tomato puree. Not at the moment.
Right, that would be lovely for that one. Now, what you can do with these guys is, like Paul said just now, is you can get apple corers, and you would use your apple core and you would go right down through the middle. But what I have found is ever such an easy way of doing it. Is literally chopping your apples.
You're not used to that knife, are you?
No.
You've only just inherited it, haven't you?
Chopping your apples down like that because they're going to go into a saucepan to be cooked anyway.
Straight across the top first.
And round the sides.
Right, and then we're going to turn it over onto its side.
That's it. Well done, Chris. Just down the sides now. There you go.
Look at that. Fantastic.
Fabulous.
Fantastic elastic. Look at him go.
Just turn it over onto the other bit.
There we go, Chris.
Well done, Chris. Have a look at what you're doing, my love, because you don't want to be missing.
No.
There we are.
That is brilliant, Chris. Well done, mate.
So thank you, Chris, for doing all those apples. Hang on, I'm going to just remove that so they don't go down there.
No,
I need to chop that
there.
there
Yeah,
off.
there we go. That's better.
So you've done a nice load of apples there, Christopher. Thank you.
Yeah, you also know, don't you?
Did you find it too taxing, Chris?
No.
No?
Not too
Oh,
bad.
good. Right, Dad, can I just ask you, please, to put a little drop of water with that for me?
Sure.
Because we're going to put some water in. That'll be enough. Thank you.
There you
So
are.
I've just put a little bit of water in there, not enough to cover, just a bit on the bottom, because the apples really won't take long to soften. So I'm going to put in a little tiny bit of sugar just to put with them.
What sort of sugar are you using?
This is Demerara. I like to use Demerara sugar with crumble.
Could you use any other sort of sugar? Or...
Yeah, you can use caster sugar, granulated sugar.
All right, okay, so it doesn't really make any difference.
No.
This is just your choice.
So we're going to have those on to cook down. And while we're doing that, should we get cleared down here a minute, guys, while we're doing that?
We made quite a bit of a mess, didn't we, really?
Yeah, a little bit. Let's wipe your hands again, Christopher.
What do you say? Cooking ain't clean, especially with Crystal.
So this is boiling up a bit now, and all I'm going to do here is just poke the apples down, and the sugar will just mix in with it. And this is why I said you don't need a full saucepan full of water, because the apples will just mulch down into it. Okay, so as I mentioned before, we've got a couple of visitors. Hello. Hi. Sarah. And hello, Rico.
Rico.
So I mentioned before that we were lucky enough to be given some apples by Sheila and Alan, who are our neighbours. But you know what? I tell you what, let's ask Sarah, because I wonder whether she did or not. Did you ever used to go scrumping, or do you know what scrumping is?
Nope.
You don't know what scrumping is? Paul, did you ever used to go scrumping?
Yes, all the time.
Do you ever get caught?
I was always pretty lucky.
Christopher, do you know what scrumping is? Cameraman Craig, do you know what scrumping is? Right, well, scrumping is when you weren't so lucky to be given apples and you used to have to go and get your own. And it used to be either somebody's garden or orchard or whatever, and you used to sneak in there while they weren't looking and either pull them off the tree, pull the apples off the tree, or pick them off the ground, pick your dress up like that.
Well, I didn't wear a dress, by the way.
Pick the apples up off the ground, put them in your dress like that, and go running off out and eat your apples and everything. But I don't know.
Used to go grasshopper collecting, and I don't think you can put them in a pie.
Not in this country, no.
No.
I don't know if scrumping is still an offence these days, is it? I suppose
yeah,
it would be
sure.
if you went into somebody's house or property without their permission, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what scrumping was. So, but today we were lucky enough to be given apples. So I've got these legitimately.
She scrumped them.
Anyway, these apples now are nearly soft enough to go in, so
Look at that.
they're just going to take a couple more minutes.
Oh, they're looking lovely.
So while they're still doing, I'm just going to roll out the pastry because the pastry is going to go on the bottom. Are you alright if I do this today, Christopher, or do you want to have a go at this again as well? Do you want me to do it today? Right, okay. So we're just going to roll out the pastry, and this is going to be our base. The base of our apple crumble pie.
What sort of pastry is that, just short?
This is, I think this is flaky pastry, but
I don't know.
you can, it is, I can see by all the butter. Yet again, guys, I have used,
Well, that might have been from last time then.
no it won't be. Yet again, I have used ready done pastry because, as I said, it's a lot easier. So you can use either puff pastry or short crust.
Do you have to blind bake this?
No.
So you don't have to use any beans?
No, not like when we done our quiche the other week. We don't have to blind bake
Oh,
this
that's why I was
one.
wondering whether you have to do the same with that.
No, we don't. Let's see whether that's going to be big enough. So that's going to be big enough. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this up on the rolling pin again, Chris.
Oh, look, watch, Chris. This bit I like. I like this bit.
And I'm going to put the tin down.
Yeah.
I'm just going to roll that across the tin.
Oh, fantastic.
And I'm going to place it into the tin and around. Just pressing it down so all the bottom is covered.
I'm guessing you couldn't use avocado or anything.
Well,
No.
I wouldn't think avocado would be very nice. That's more savoury.
Well, I'm just wondering.
I wouldn't have
Cherry.
thought so.
Cherry would be nice.
Cherry would be lovely. Now, you wouldn't usually trim your pastry off until
You cooked it. 'cause it's
you've
gonna
cooked
shrink.
it. But because we are putting a crumble topping on,
Right.
I'm going to trim it all now so that it looks.
What about that bit over there then, where it's like quite low?
I'll show you.
Alright.
What you do there is you get a piece of pastry like this, which is spare,
You get the piece of pastry, you know it.
and you just fill it in.
Super.
You literally just fill in,
Beep.
pressing it as you go.
Alright, okay, so you can build your own. You can build a wall. I know somebody else who wants to build
I
a
know
wall.
somebody who wants to build a wall as well. Did he ever get it built? Do you know?
I
Oh, you
think
did. Oh.
They're starting to, I don't know who's paying for it, but they're starting to build it.
Well, whoever's paying for it, I think it should come out of his pocket. But there you go. This isn't what that programme is all about.
No, this is very true. We're for everybody.
We are for everybody. Okay, so there we are. We've got our pastry base done. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to still leave those apples just to cool off a bit. Are we keeping you up?
Yeah, you think so, wouldn't you?
Right, okay. What I've done is I've started the crumble topping off for you, Chris.
Oh, okay, so what's
So
that
we've
in there?
already got 8 ounces, which is 200 grams of plain flour in here.
Oh, okay.
So I like to use a nice buttery crumble, or make a nice buttery crumble. So I'm going to put that on there. And then with Dad's help, I want you to scoop some of the butter into there, because I'm going to weigh it afterwards. And whereas you would normally just use about 3 ounces, 75 grams, we are going to use 6 ounces, which is 150 grams. And if it doesn't feel buttery at the end, we might even use a bit more, just depends.
Okay.
So you need to put some more in because that's not going to be 6 ounces. Thank you. And some more, please.
Well, you're enjoying this, Chrissy. I can see that.
Right, let's just have a look. Can you see that from there, Christopher? Right, so you need another couple more ounces, which is about another 50 grams.
That should be about it, I thought.
Just one more for luck.
Oh, we like the one more for that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's a bit over. The more buttery, the better. There we go. It is slightly over, but that's going to be fine. So now, are you going to do this?
He was about to lick this.
You're going to do this? You're going to put your hand. Do you want me to start you off? Because we're going to put our hands in and we're going to make it all into like breadcrumbs. Do you want me to start you off?
I'll let you carry on and do that.
Okay. Right, so I'm just going to mix all of this in. And Christopher, I'll pass it over to you. And you can mix some of it in, okay? I'll do this with you rather than Dad because my hands are already dirty from it. So if I do this with you, there's a fly on you. Move your shoulder, Chris, thank you.
Because out of the basket,
It does, doesn't it? Are you okay? You ready? So I'm going to pass this over to you. So with your hands, I want you to give me your hand, please. Can I have your hand? Thank you. And we're going to pop it in, and I want you to really get your fingers in around it, Chris. Really get to feel what it feels like. Does it feel all squidgy? Yeah? Does it feel all squidgy? You can't say what you want to say. Oh, why? Is it rude? No. I am going to put a little more flour in there because it is actually quite buttery, and even though I said about it being buttery, I'm going to put a bit more flour in, Chris, because it won't be quite crumbly else.
Won't be crumbly.
No. And I'm going to just put a little bit more in.
What are you going to do with all that that's on his hand? You must have got half the ingredients on his hands too.
Well, I'll give you the wipes. You can wipe it off.
Oh, no, thank you.
There you go.
I'm going to touch him. I'm going to stick it in.
There you go.
This is...
That's it. You can clean them off for me, please.
God, where's the makeup department when you want them?
They've gone on strike. They're not back yet because of coronavirus. So we have to do our own. I think I'm still going to have to put a bit more. I think we did overdo it on the butter. All right, guys. So it would be about 800.
800?
8 ounces, which is 200 grams of flour.
800 ounces of...
8 ounces, which is 200 grams of flour, to about 6 ounces, which is 150 grams of butter.
We're well in on it. We're well in on it now.
That is what you will need. Don't go guesstimating like I did. So we want 4 ounces, which is about 100 grams. Can you tell me when it gets to that line there, please? Yeah? Can you see?
Yeah, we're all good.
Okay. Is it there?
No. Nearly. Where's it?
Is it there?
Are we there yet?
Right, it's there. So now this is going to go in and get mixed in. Again, I'll start it off for you, Chris.
Right, you carry on.
Now, do you want to do some more of this? You do. So you mix that in then.
Lovely.
Mix the sugar in then. Are you mixing it in? I can't feel you doing it very good. There you go. Now, this is optional, but I always put a few oats into our crumble topping. So I'm just going to pour a few oats in. There's no actual amount here, it's just a little bit, which just gives it a bit of a crunchy topping.
Gives it an oaty crunch, does it?
An oaty crunch, yeah.
Right.
So let's get a slotted spoon, and we're just going to take our apple mixture,
Let's have a look. Oh, look at that.
spread it over the bottom of the pastry.
Beautiful, thick, unctuous. We like unctuous, don't we, dear?
Yeah, we like unctuous. Unctuous. You like the word unctuous, do you?
Yeah. Have we got enough apples there, do you reckon?
Well, it could do with a few more, but we're going to make do with what we've got here.
Okay. If you find that you haven't got enough apples, what would you do?
Open a tin if you've got some, or just try and spread them out a bit thinner.
Have we got a tin? Do you want me to see if we got a tin?
No, I'm going to just spread these out a bit thinner.
I suppose we could always go out and pick some blackberries and chuck them in.
No, we can, but we're not going to. We're just going to.
Actually, do you reckon blackberry? Oh,
Blackberry and apple,
It's
yeah.
nice, isn't it?
Blackberry and apple.
Yeah.
Apple and rhubarb.
Apple and rhubarb. Oh, I've never thought of that one.
Well, we done apple and rhubarb the other day on Crumble.
Oh, did you?
Okay, so there we go with that. I'm just now going to put some cinnamon over the top, and again, this is optional. If you don't like different flavours like cinnamon, then obviously just leave it out.
You could put whatever, nutmeg, cloves, you could put whatever you want.
Now, because these are eaten apples, we don't need to put any more sugar with them. And what we're going to do now is just spread.
So if you were to use cooking apples, you would
have more
put some
sugar,
on,
yeah.
right, okay.
So we're just going to sprinkle all this over the top.
So when you go scrumping, you have to make sure that you scrump in the right sort of apple.
Do not go scrumping, guys.
Oh, sorry, I'm not going to advocate breaking
Please
the law
ask
anyway.
the owner's permission before you take any apples, if that's what you're thinking of doing.
Okay. What are they in there?
Well, go back when they are there.
But what if you need the apples there and then? Like,
Well, you'll have to
you're
go.
halfway through your crumble and
Well, you have to go and buy some. You'll have to go and buy some.
Yeah.
So that is what it will look like before it goes in the oven.
That looks really, really interesting.
So I'm going to put that in the oven now.
Okay.
And it's going to go in for about 25 to 30 minutes.
Right. Well, when will you know when it's cooked?
When it's golden on the top.
Golden. Does it bubble or?
Do you want to stick your head in and find out? Because I've never really looked at it inside an oven when it's been cooking.
No, but when it comes out, it's got to be golden and bubbly.
Well, it'll be bubbling because it's
Right,
hot.
okay, that's fine.
But like I said, unless you put your head in the oven
Oh.
to have a look, I don't know.
No.
So this is the apple crumble pie, which has been in for 30 minutes. And that's roughly what it'll look like, guys.
Right, cheerio, me dearios. I'm going now with I still got my head on my shoulders because you got bloody big knives.
Remember the knives?
We thought they
Can
might have
we
been murder weapons.
can we please do the outro?
Outro? We got an outro. Right, okay. Here we go.
So that was our apple crumble pie today, everybody. What are you doing?
I was with cheerio, me dearios.
It's not time for that yet.
Oh, isn't it?
No.
What's it now then?
Do you know what, everybody? We are just going to say cheerio now. So
Okay.
go on the call.
Cheerio, me dearios.
Christopher, cheerio, me dearios. We'll see you all again next week. Thank you.
Bye.
Don't forget,
Oh, sorry.
if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter or I don't know what other device
Instagram.
you use,
We on
Instagram, please remember to like and please send us some comments. Ow! Sorry, please send us some comments.
Not very good spatial awareness.
No. So, thank you very much, everybody. Oh, and I forgot, next week we're going to be on the road.
Oh, are we? Where are we off to?
Yeah.
Where are we going? Where are we off to?
We're going to be bringing you this from Scotland.
Okay, not Scotland.
Scotland.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I'm going to be wearing a kilt.
until next week when we see you on the road then. Cheerio!
Bye.